Hello friend, welcome in the 30 days of code in HackerRank. So today is the day 20 and today we solve the problem about sorting. So let's go to the problem. So to solve this problem you simply use the bubble sort. Bubble sort is one of the sorting technique that we use to sort the element of an array. So here is the comment present. Consider the following version of bubble sort. So in this code, at first here one for loop is present that iterates through 0 to n, and inside of this for loop another loop is present which iterates through the 0 to n minus 1, and inside of this it simply check and condition if aj greater than aj plus 1, then you simply swap the aj and aj plus 1, and then you simply increment the number of swaps, because number of swaps is count the number of swap required to sort the element of the array. So if the number of swap equal to 0, that means no swap are happen, so that means all the element are sorted in the array. So I think you understand what is bubble sort, and here is the task section. To solve this problem you simply determine three values. Num swap, it is a variable that counts the number of swap required to swap the element of the array. So here is the first element variable. It is a variable for the first element of the sorted array, and the last element is the last element of the sorted array. So simply go to the input format. So the first line contain an integer n and denoting the number of element in the array, and the second line n pace separated integer that describe the respective values of a0 to an minus 1. So you simply take n element from user in the second line, and I simply go to the sample input 0, and here is the first line 3, that means it is the integer n, and here is the three element 1 to 3 present. We see that 1 2 3 is element are already sorted, so that means no swap is required to sorted the element of the array. So that's why the array is sorted in 0 swap, and the first element of the array is 1 because it is already sorted. So that means the first element is 1 and the last element is 3. But when we go to the sample input 1, we see that here the first line is also 3, but the array element are 3 to 1, that means it is decreasing order. So that's why if we sort the element in increasing order, then you simply swap 3 times of the element in the array. So here is the explanation section present. So that 3 to 1, so after swapping the 3 and 2 you get 2 3 1, and then after swapping 3 and 1 you get 2 1 3, and the final swap is between 2 and 1, and the final sorted array element are 1 2 3. So that's why the output is array is sorted in 3 swaps, because here is 3 swap are happen, and the first element is 1 because in the sorted array the first element is 1 and last element is 3. So I think you understand this problem. So I simply go to my HackerRank editor and choose C language, but I also show the code of C++ language because in this series we use C and C++ parallelly. So I simply start writing the C code. So I simply make a for loop, and inside of for loop I iterate through 0 to n, and inside of this for loop I make another for loop, and this time I iterate through 0 to n minus 1, and inside of this second for loop I check if a j greater than a j plus 1. So if this condition is true, then you simply swap. So for swapping the element you need a variable, so I declare a variable and name it temp. So inside of temp variable I store the value of aj, and then I store the value of aj plus 1 inside of aj, and finally aj plus 1 equal to temp. So after swapping you simply increment the num swap variable by 1. We declare a variable num swap and give it the value 0, and it counts the number of swap required to sort the element of the array. So after swapping and then counting the num swap variable, you simply print the 3 line of output in the output screen. So the first line is array is sorted in 3 swaps. So that means you simply print f, and inside of this printf you write array is sorted in and give a space and then %d and swaps and give a full stop, and after that you simply write num swap. So I write again printf, and this time the first element and then colon and then give the %d and then a 0. So this is the first element of the array, and then printf the last element. So last element, and then simply give %d and write a n minus 1. So this is the last element of the sorted array. So I think the code is done. So I check by clicking the run code button. So here shows that wrong answer. So why I get the wrong answer? Because the 3 line of code are printed on the same line, but we have to print all this 3 line in a new line. So I simply put the /n to print the output on the new line. So this is done, friend. So I simply run code, and this time the congratulations shows, that means your output is correct. So I simply click submit code to check some additional test cases, and the test case 0, 1 and 2 is passed. So for the C++ language, the code is more or less same. So I simply copied these two for loop from this C code and then simply change the language in C++, and then after this comment you simply paste this for loop, and here we declare a variable num swap and give the value 0. So after that you simply write 3 line of code, cout and then array is sorted in and then the num swap, and after that you simply write swaps and then give full stop and then endl, and so after that I simply write cout and then first element and then give a clone, and after that I print the first element of the sorted array and put endl, and for the third line the same. So this time the last element and then print the value of a n minus 1, because it is the last element of the sorted array. So the 3 line of code is done, and I simply remove this return 0 and press the run code to check, and here we get compilation error. So why we get this error? Because here we put one less than sign. So after that we simply click run code, and this time the congratulations page is shown. So that means you simply write the correct code for C++. So I simply check some additional test cases by clicking the submit code. So all the test cases are passed in the C++ language. So I think you understand the code for C and C++ language, and if you any doubt about this problem, you simply comment in the comment section, and please like and share my videos, and please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get notification when I upload a new video. So thank you friend, see you in the day 21. Goodbye.